Hi everyone, have you noticed the earlier sunsets? Yes, before 7 p.m. The sun is setting now. And as we head farther into fall and into winter, those sunsets will become earlier and earlier. So let's talk about why. Well, first of all, let's start with what is sunset. Sunset is technically when the last part of the disk of the sun slips below the horizon. Twilight is that time between sunset and dusk. And to explain that, you have to know what dusk is. And dusk is when the sun is 18 degrees below the horizon and there is no more sunlight left. Then we have entered dusk and into the overnight hours. All right, why the earlier sunsets? Three main reasons for that. One of those, the Earth's tilt. At times during the year, it is toward the sun. And at other times during the year, it is away from the sun. And of course, the Earth's orbit, it is elliptical. And the location where you live determines what time the sun rises and what time the sun sets, and the amount of daylight you have in between. The Earth's tilt, let's go into detail here. It is toward the sun in the summertime. It is away from the sun in the wintertime. And so that determines the amount of sunlight that you will see throughout the year in the different seasons. The Earth's orbit is not circular, it is elliptical. And the Earth rotates, so that makes the sun appear to rise and set as it orbits around the sun. The farther south you live, well, there's less change in the amount of sunrise time and sunset time. The farther north you go, it's more dramatic. Do you know up on the North Pole, there is 24 hours of sun in the summertime and 24 hours of darkness in the wintertime because the sun is making that track across the far southern sky during the wintertime. So here in East Texas, what does that shape up to be like? Well, how about our earliest sunset is 5:15. That will occur between November 28th and December 7th. Our latest sunsets in the summertime between June 25th and July 2nd when the sun sets at 8:32. The difference in that time is 3 hours and 17 minutes. Again, sort of dramatic, but not as dramatic as cities that are farther to the north. So let's go in on those sunsets and talk about them. November 1st, sun rises at 7:38, it sets at 6:30. Of course, daylight saving time ends November 2nd into November 3rd. That's when we set our clocks back. So once we make it to December 7th, we find our earliest sunset of the year at 5:15 with the sunrise at 7:09. And the next time that we have a sunset that is past 6:30, well, we have to wait till March 9th, and then that's when we'll go back into daylight saving time. We'll spring forward 1 hour, and suddenly our sunrise will be 7:38, and our sunset will be 7:25. So why is the sun setting earlier? It all has to do with the change of seasons and the location of the Earth in relation to the sun.